What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Tactic Tester with Atletico Madrid. Today we've got Levante and Celta Vigo in the Liga. Our preseason went pretty well. A couple losses against Marseille and Inter were a little disappointing, but it's only a 1-0 loss, and we're still learning the tactics, so I'm not too worried about that. We had a very good win against Chelsea, and the other teams were pretty comfortable victories, pretty easy victories. Hoffenheim was a good result, especially because we completely had a rotated squad in there, trying to get everyone match sharp. Good win against Mallorca, who I think are in the Liga too. La Liga Smart Bank is what it's called. So maybe you want a little bit bigger of a victory there, but I think this tactic has started off pretty well. I haven't really made any changes. I haven't noticed anything, like just watching the games. Obviously, I didn't play every single game. Some of them I quick simmed, but I watched like all the games against the big teams like Chelsea, Marseille, Inter. So I got to look at the tactic, and it's kind of doing what I set out to do. Like, it's the players are where I want them to be. Everything looks to be about right. In terms of players, though, I have made a couple of signings just for some depth because we have absolutely no depth in the defense. So I've signed Aissa Mandi, can play center back, can play right back, can play left back. Just hugely versatile player that we really need. Mostly going to have him as a right back and center back, but yeah, I think he's a pretty good signing. We signed him for 15 million. Not a whole lot of money, and we only did half up front, so I think that's a good signing just in case we needed more depth. And we also signed Luis Abram, just a really cheap signing of a decent player that could be like a fifth choice center back and like a third choice left back. So he's not the best in terms of a wing back on attack, but for how cheap he was, he already knew the language. He's non-foreign. Well, he's not non-EU, so he's got Italian second nationality. So even though he is Peruvian, so just a cheap signing. I was just looking for a really cheap player. Only only 1.7 is up front, so basically no money and just some good squad depth. So this is what our first team is going to look like. If I get into this first game, this is what I think our best team is right now with a couple injuries we have. Verschalco obviously has been injured. Trippier got injured. He's out for another 4 to 8 weeks. So we're just down two right backs, basically our two starting right backs. So Mendy, good thing he came in because he's going to have to play right back. Oblak is injured. He's coming back pretty soon, though, 5 days. He's been gone for most of the preseason. And Luis Suarez just got injured in training. He's out 2 to 4 weeks, so that really hurts because we don't have much depth at striker. Basically, João Felix and Correa are our backup strikers, and they're our starting trequartistas, so that's not ideal, but Dembele is a decent backup striker. He's going to be starting today. Grbic is going to be starting in goal. I wanted to bring in a backup goalkeeper and a backup kind of attacking mid/striker, but I just didn't have the registration slots for it. I'm at my 25-man registration slot with the squad I have. Ricard Sanchez is a right back that's just going to be in the squad for the first half of the season. In January, I'm going to unregister him because Verschalco and Trippier will both be back and healthy, and we don't need that many right backs. So then I can add an attacking mid/striker so I can have a little bit more depth at that position. But until then, I'm going to have to stick with what I've got. Llorente can play attacking mid if I need him to. Koke and Saul can both play attacking mid if I need them to. And these guys can both move to striker. So I've got a little bit of depth there. And Ismael Gutierrez is just a 2-star midfielder that he's going to be our like 5th, 6th choice defensive midfielder. 7th choice even, defensive midfielder. So if one of those guys has to move to attacking mid, he can move into the lineup. So that's just a little bit of depth that we've got at the squad already. But this is going to be our team for the game against Levante. I don't know how good Levante are, so I'm not sure how competitive this will be, but hopefully it'll be a good look at the tactic. This will be your first look in a non-mirror matchup, so you get to really see how this tactic works against other tactics. I'm not sure what they run, but we've played 4-2-3-1s in preseason, and it seemed to work pretty well against them. I really like how our Segunda Volantes play. I really like how our trequartistas... Our trequartistas actually drop a little bit deeper defensively than I kind of anticipated. Like it says in the tooltip that they have to be carried defensively. The team needs to carry him when defending, but use him as the main outlet when attacking. But they defend a little bit more than I realized. Obviously, like I said, I haven't used the role like at all, so I don't really know what they do. But they defend a little bit more than I realized, so they help out defensively. I thought they'd just stay up top and be good counterattacking players, but they can actually pick up the ball in about the byline, or about the halfway line, and kind of take off running towards the box and try to counterattack that way. So it kind of works still. But let's get into this game. This is the squad we're going with. Mandy at right back, Felipe and Jimenez are starting center back pairing. Hermoso is going to be our starting left back. Gerbic, of course, in goal. Koke, Kondogbia, Saul are starting midfield partnership. Crayon, João Felix, and Moussa Dembele up top. Let's get into it. If we play our game, we'll win. You're all very capable of that. No reaction. It's going to be a little bit till I start getting reactions in these team talks. You got to get kind of the team behind you before they'll really react. You're about to make your managerial debut. Can you sum up your feelings on an occasion like this? It's a special day. I can't wait to get started in this wonderful job. It's never ideal to have an injury-enforced absence, of course, but is it easier when Luis Suarez misses out on what many people consider a more comfortable match for Atletico Madrid? There's no such thing as an easy match, and it'd be disrespectful to Levante to suggest that. Because this is the first game of the season. We don't know how good these teams are. We don't know how good this team is. Like, Dembele hasn't really impressed that much in preseason. I expected he'd be better as a backup striker, but he's kind of been disappointing, so who knows what we'll look like with him up top. Villarreal and Valencia and Sevilla have already played. They all won. Games they probably should win. Sociedad are good competition for whoever they took on, but let's get into this game. Going to start with the kickoff. Kickoff highlight for Levante, at least to start. Barty, I know Enes Barty is a good player. I don't know about the rest of their team. I'm not that knowledgeable on the Liga, so forgive me for not knowing all these players, but I do know Enes Barty, good set piece guy, 19 free kick taking. Kondogbia with the ball from a longish throw, into Saul, back to Kondogbia, back into Saul. Nice ball down to Mandy. Who's this? Jimenez staying up far up top, not getting back to his center back position. I don't know why Correa pulled that back there. I thought he should have gone for goal. So he pulls it back for a weird pass to Koke, who gets a shot on target, but it gets hit over. And he comes in with a corner. Felipe is just over the bar. 7 minutes in, we've looked the more dangerous team so far. But they're going to have a corner. Barty, their set-piece maestro, going to whip it in. And we're going to head it away, fortunately. João Felix is going to pick it up. He's a guy I have lurking on the kind of the edge of the area for these corners. So that's kind of what I want him to do. I want him to pick up the ball and just start running. Unfortunately, they had a lot of men back already. He couldn't really get on the ball in a position where he could really take advantage of it. As Correa was a shot on target, another save from their goalkeeper. So far, we're having a lot of shots from outside the box. I do have worked the ball into the box on, so kind of questionable, but João Felix gets tackled. That's going to be a throw-in, but 3 shots, 2 on target. At least we're getting our long shots on target. I mean, there's something there, but I don't think we're going to be scoring many of those, so we need to kind of work the ball into the box a little bit. We get plenty of players in the box, I feel like, as Correa is in the box now with a lot of space, pulls it back for Dembele, but the shot gets blocked. A good block by Lianco. That looked like a pretty good opportunity right there. Correa had a lot of time in the box, and Felipe hits it off the crossbar and gets cleared off the line. We've been unlucky so far to not have a goal. The last chance, plus that chance right there, and probably should have got a goal out of one of those. Have 0.5 XG. They don't have a shot yet, so defensively this has been pretty solid so far. I thought it would be with the 3 defensive midfielders. Obviously, the whole reason I did that is just, well, partly because I wanted to use a halfback in Volantes, but also because I wanted, we have Correa stealing the ball, trying to chip the keeper, but he's not going to chip him from there. But the main reason I wanted the 3 defensive midfielders was just so defensively we'd have plenty of players in front of the back line, that it would be strong defensively, even though we're playing 2 attacking midfielders who aren't really helping out, as Dembele goes through on goal, and he finds the back of the net. An assist from Angel Correa for our first goal of the season, and it's Moussa Dembele. I just said he wasn't impress me really in the preseason, but he gets off to a good start here in the actual season. Jimenez with a good header, Kondogbia into Correa, and he finds a nice through ball, perfectly timed for Moussa Dembele. He finds the back of the net. It is 1-0 Atletico Madrid. Good start to the game so far. 25 minutes in, we've got our goal. We have all the shots in the game, all the shots on target in the game. Jimenez with the ball. I don't know why he's doing throw-ins. I'm pretty sure I don't have Jimenez as a throw-in person, but might need to look at that. Kondogbia with the ball out to the left of Hermoso. Putting a ball in for João Felix, but it gets blocked. They have blocked so many shots this game. They're defending well. I'll give them credit. They're defending really well. but we're having a lot of good opportunities. As Mandy looks like he's getting a yellow there. Got 2 yellows so far. Koke and Mandy both on yellow cards, but I'm not too worried as long as they just don't get a red. I mean, that's why I do my disciplinarian thing. Is I have if you get a straight red, you get immediately 2 weeks. So kind of discouraging them from getting straight red cards. Being careful in their tackles. You get two yellows. You get a first 1 week fine at the beginning. Then after that, 2 weeks fines all the time. So kind of discouraging them from getting a second yellow card. Obviously, that's something you want to do, discourage them from getting second yellows and getting sent off. So I think that's what that does well. We're going into halftime. Got a guard against complacency now. Don't think the job is done. I'm not going to say I'm impressed. We've been the much better team, so I am kind of impressed with how we've played, but we need to be getting more goals with the chances we're getting. We've not been very good in front of goal so far. Obviously, a lot of that is they're defending really well, so you got to kind of give credit to them, but we probably should be doing a little bit better than we have. For how many shots we have, 8 shots, 5 on target. We probably should have more than 1 goal because we've had some really good chances as well. Some clear-cut chances that, it's just getting blocked or the keeper making a good save. It's just long shots from outside the area that we're trying to no avail as well. That one actually got blocked. Must have taken a deflection on the way. Koke puts a ball in, looking for Jimenez, but it gets headed away. It's going to be a throw-in for us. They finally have had a shot. They have 2 shots on the game, but still not a shot on target. I was hoping we could keep them without a shot in this whole game, but that's a little bit asking too much, I think. They have a throw-in down our right-hand side, their left-hand side. They end up with the ball. Is that Jose Campagna? If it is, I know who he is too, because he's a pretty good player, pretty good playmaker. That is Jose Campagna. Postigo, I've heard of him. Don't know Coke. Is it Coke or Coke? Because it's different from, our Coke. Obviously, it's pronounced like the soft drink, or it's written like the soft drink. I don't know if it's pronounced like it, but Dembele is through on goal. Nice ball, but it gets blocked again. They have been defending like no other. What an impressive performance from the Levante defense. As that header's going to be headed away. They're going to pick up the ball looking for a counterattack. We're going to close them down with whoever this is. Is this Jimenez? No, it's Mandi. Aissa Mandi. He's on a yellow. He's got to be careful. And he makes a good tackle. I was worried there. I thought that was going to be a penalty and a red card. But he gets away with it. So far, 12 shots, 6 on target, but still only the 1 goal. I'm going to let this happen. Then I'll look to make some subs, I think. We can make a total of 5 subs, but only on 3 stoppages in La Liga for the first season. But we get 12 substitutes to choose from, which is nice. Obviously, playing in the Bundesliga for the last tactic tester, I'm used to having 9 substitutes. So having an extra 3 is pretty nice to have. You get complete backups at every single position and an extra player just to have in case you need them. I don't know. I don't really ever use that 12th player, but if you have multiple kind of tactics and you need an extra player that plays a different tactic, it's nice to have, but we don't really have that. We kind of play the same kind of, in general, the same kind of tactic no matter what, even though we've got 3 different choices. Another block from Levante. I don't know how many block shots they've had. It's got to be nearing double digits by now. Really, other than Saul, we've been playing pretty well. No one's had a bad game. Saul with a poor game, though, is disappointing to see. I feel like he should be one of our best players. Koke is also having a good game, surprisingly, and so is Correa and Dembele. I'm going to take Saul off. I'm going to bring on Marcus Llorente as the Segundo Volante. I think he's my favorite sub of the midfielders to bring off the bench at any of the defensive midfielder positions. He's a great halfback. He's a very good Segundo Volante. He's my first sub off the bench if I need a midfielder to come in. I don't think there's a big drop-off between Koke or Saul to Marcos Llorente, so a lot of good depth there on the bench. The other options, Torreira, Hector Herrera, they're not bad options either, but I just think Marcos Llorente is the best option, as that's going to be another shot blocked. Knew it, saw it coming. Hermoso looking to put the ball in down the right-hand side. Another shot blocked. How many shots have they blocked? It's absolutely unreal. 15 shots, 7. I got to look at this. If we look at the match stats, do we have block shots? No, let's get block shots. Block shots. They have blocked 6 shots. Wait, no. Yeah. 6 of our shots have been blocked. I think that's how it has it. 6 of our shots have been blocked of 15. So nearly half of our shots they've blocked. That's pretty ridiculous. Go keep on the league table. I like to have the league table there. Hermoso with the throw into João Felix. We haven't seen much from João Felix this game. It's mostly been Angel Correa kind of running the game a little bit. And Koke from the midfield kind of controlling things. But haven't seen much of Kondogbe either. He's on a yellow. I might need to take him off. Because he's playing a position where I think he's a little bit dangerous of getting a second yellow. As Dembele is looking to get on this over the top. He finds the ball, but he's surrounded by defenders. He has to go early. And the keeper makes a pretty comfortable save. Let's make a couple subs here. Let's get to this. Let's take off Hermoso. Bring on Renan Lodi. Move Lorente to halfback. And bring on Hector Herrera. And I'll leave my last subs for about the 82nd minute, something like that. I'm going to go positive. We've got the win in the bag, so I don't want to get too aggressive here. I might take Koke off. João Felix is tired, so he's going to come off. I think Lamar's our better backup trequartista, so he's going to come on for João Felix. Carrasco doesn't know the position quite as well. He's only competent at attacking mid. We're working on it, but he's still got a little bit ways to go. Mandy's pretty tired and on a yellow. I'll take him off. Is that 5? That's 5 subs. So there's all of our subs done for the game. Now we just need to see this game out. Let's focus. Let's waste time. We fully deserve this victory. We deserve to have more goals than we do. We've not been good enough in the final third. They've obviously been blocking a lot of shots. They've been really strong defensively, but I still think we should be seeing more from this team in terms of attacking output. We're creating the chances. We're just not putting them away. As they're through on goal, and they almost score. They do not deserve that goal, but they almost got it anyways. I don't think I have a high line either, do I? I don't think I had a high line for this tactic. No, a standard defensive line, so they still were able to get behind us even though we have a standard defensive line. I'm going to start controlling the possession, much lower tempo, still standard passing. It's not run at the defense. Let's be more disciplined. Hold shape, regroup. Slow the pace down. And let's do that. Make those changes. Did I hit cancel or did I hit continue? I don't know. Hopefully I hit confirm. Barty with the ball, looking for a ball in. Gets cleared by Sanchez. I think this is probably his debut for Atletico Madrid. I don't know if he's got an appearance before, but he's forced in because of injury. We've got 2 injuries to 2 right backs, so he's got to he has to be on the bench, and he's going to be our second choice right back for a little bit, about a month now, because Trippier's out about another month. As they're going to look like they're going to have the final attack of the game. There's 10 seconds left. They're looking for a ball over the top, but Felipe's going to win it. Lamar's going to bring it down. Now we just need to hold on to the ball. But that's going to be game over. A 1-0 victory against Levante. Not the most impressive. 2 XG, so he should have had more than 1 goal. They actually had the most possession. I would think playing through the middle like we are would be able to hold possession a little bit better than we did this game. Obviously, we're not really trying for it. We're playing kind of mostly direct and high tempo, but I still expect a little bit better ball retention. But in terms of chances created, we absolutely dominated them. Fully deserved the victory. Good win, boys. Well done. I'm not going to be too over the top on it, but the referee had a lot of work today with your team picking up several cards. Does that evident aggression worry you? It shows they got stuck in, which is fine by me. A win in your first competitive match as Atletico de Madrid manager. Could you have wished for a better start? Obviously, I'm very pleased with the win, but it was only 1 match, and there's a long way to go. Against better opposition, we're going to have to be better than that. That performance, especially in the final third, is not good enough to beat some of the better teams in this league. And I want to beat the better teams in this league. I want to be able to beat the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona and Sevilla and Valencia and Villarreal. Athletic Club, kind of. Sociedad, maybe a little bit, depending on what kind of form they're in. I want to be able to beat those teams and actually win the La Liga. So if we're going to do that, we have to be better, perform better than that. Real Madrid win 4-0. That's kind of what kind of result I would have liked to see us have. They're playing Celta Vigo, who are probably better than Levante as well. So that's good performance by them. That's an impressive performance by them. And we have them next. So I'll see you in a few moments for the Celta Vigo match. Now it is time for the Celta Vigo match. We're going to play pretty much the same squad that played last match. A couple changes. Jan Oblak is back and fit. So he's going to come in and play goalkeeper for us. As soon as he's healthy, he's coming right in. So he's not match sharp, but he's a much better option than Gerbic. So he's probably the best goalkeeper in the world. So I want him in there. And also Renan Lodi's coming in for Hermoso. Hermoso didn't really impress me in the last match. Lodi's been played pretty well in preseason. So I'm going to give him the shot this game. Other than that, it's the same lineup that played last match. Dembele played a pretty good match, so hopefully we can see him keep that up. João Felix disappointed a little bit, but Correa was good. So a little disappointed, but I don't really want to replace him. I think he's far too good to replace. Koke with a great match, so I think there's no reason to change this too much. Just a little bit of changes, but let's get into this match. See if we can beat Celta Vigo. They're coming off a pretty big loss, so see if we can double it up on them. I'm going to say we're favorites for a reason. Go out there and make sure make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. Okay. Sorry, I poor English. Sounded like it was poor English, but it makes sense once you finally get it out. How are things between you and Eduardo Coudet? Eduardo is a great manager and a better person. I consider him a friend. I don't know. How valuable is Saul's versatility to your plans? I can't speak highly enough of him. He's a brilliant footballer. Now he just needs to perform like it. He did pretty poorly last game, only a 6.4. I need to see better from him. I need to see better from our front three because they just didn't produce enough in front of goal. Imre Moore and Aspas are two players I was looking at to be a backup trequartista / advanced forward. But I don't have the registration slot right now to go for them. I'm going to have to wait until January, and I can bring back my 2 injured right backs. So once they're back in, I'll be able to bring in an attacking mid / trequartista / advanced forward, but we have a little bit of money left. Obviously, that deal for that center back was really cheap, so we've still got plenty of money left. As that's going to be a penalty, it looks like. I think that's going to be a penalty. I don't know who our penalty taker is. I don't know who it is. Who's going to be our penalty taker? It is a penalty. Usually it is when you see an animation like that. And Dembele is going to take the penalty. And he's going to score it in the bottom left corner. A good finish. 2 goals from his first 2 games. Who needs Luis Suarez when you have Moussa Dembele? Seems to be a good backup so far. Getting the goals we need. Not the perfect penalty. Not directly into the corner, but sent the keeper the wrong way. That's all you need to do. Koke, another ball in. It's not going to be another penalty, unfortunately. Lodi's going to pick it up. Going to run down this left-hand side and ball into Correa. Getting wide, kind of like I wanted them to. I've told them to play wider. That's going to be a free kick, I think. Maybe a penalty. I don't know. That was kind of on the line, so I think when it's on the line, it's considered a penalty. But a lot of times it's no penalty, and it is no penalty. A lot of times when it's close like that, they usually don't give it. They usually find it just outside the area. I guess it started outside the area. Whatever. We're already 1-0 up. We don't need 2 penalties. I want to try to win this in open play. Because we're trying to see the validity of this tactic. So penalties don't help us see if this is a good tactic or not. So Dembele with the ball running down this right-hand side, though. He's got no help in the box. He's going to have to do it all himself. He's going to wait for somebody to come in. Looks for João Felix, but he can't quite find him. They had plenty of men in the box. No way we were getting through there. I don't know how they have so many men in the box. João Felix is going to look for a long shot, but it gets blocked. Saul down to Renan Lodi. Maybe looking to put a cross in, but it gets blocked and goes out for a corner. So far, we've dominated this game so far like we did against the last team. Get against Levante, so... that header is going to be saved, and good save by Ruben Blanco. That looked like it was going to be a goal. We don't obviously have very many very good headers of the ball. Felipe has another save from Ruben Blanco. Felipe is the best we've gotten. He's not insane, so I don't think we're going to be getting a whole lot of set-piece goals. Not like we did with Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, we had some pretty good headers of the ball on that team. So, don't quite have that for this Atletico Madrid team, but I still think we should be able to get some because we got decent set-piece takers. And Felipe isn't terrible in the air. Jimenez isn't anything special. I think he's only like 6 foot tall, so Kondogbia is a decent header of the ball, though, so he might have, he's marking the keeper, he still might, I don't know. I don't think he'll be getting I don't see many goals from guys marking the keeper, but I still think he's going to be effective to helping us get those goals just because he's so physical. He's so hard for the keeper to deal with. Another corner that results in nothing, though. João Felix is going to look to pick it up, though. Look to put a ball in. Correa in so much space, just free in the middle of the box, but the shot gets blocked. Dude, these defenses are ridiculous in La Liga. Are all defenses like this? Because, good lord. Levante's defense was amazing. So far, Celta Vigo's defense looks pretty dang good. They're doing a little bit more offensively than Levante did, too. You have to consider that they are probably a better team. Yaspas is better than any other player on Levante. Probably twice as good as any player on Levante. Blanco looks like a good goalkeeper. He's made a couple fantastic saves so far from corners. As Koke's going to try again. And another ridiculous save by Ruben Blanco. He's nuts. Ruben Blanco is playing out of his mind. As we're going to look for another one, he's not going to save this one. Moussa Dembele at the back post. That is why you have your striker attack the far post, because they've got so much technique, so much goal-scoring ability. The ball falls to them. They'll find the back of the net. A good header on. I think, was that Felipe again, or was that... Yeah, it is Felipe, heads it on. Right to Dembele. Might have gone in even if he didn't touch it, but he made sure. The ball went in the back of the net. It's 2-0. After, 7th corner. We have 7 corners in the first half. It's about time we got a goal from one of them. Good start to this game so far. 2 goals. Already got more goals than we had against Levante, even though Celta Vigo have looked to be the better team compared to them in Levante. They're not the better team compared to us. We've been the much better team this game. We go top of La Liga, but I think a lot of teams haven't played yet. So I'm not going to, I'm only going to take that with a grain of salt. Obviously, Real Madrid won 4-0 in their first match, so all they need to do is get a decent victory, and they're going to be top of the table, just on goal difference. Mandy with a lot of space, though, to put a ball in to João Felix, but he can't quite redirect it on target. A pretty good chance, but it goes just over the bar. Yeah, a lot of teams haven't played yet, so I'm not too worried about whether we're top of the table or not. We've been 2.3 XG, but we have a penalty in there, so that's a lot of XG by itself. But 11 shots, 7 on target in the first half. We can keep that up. We are getting dominated on possession, though. I know I'm not really looking for possession, but I would expect something better than that. Obviously, it doesn't matter. We're destroying them with the little possession we have, which is kind of what I want. I wanted a decently good counterattacking system with the 3 defensive midfielders, springing the trap once they get the ball and playing it up to our trequartistas and our advanced forward. But I want a little bit more possession than that. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. We've been by far the better team. We've got 2 goals to show for it. There's Kondogbia playing in between the center backs. This is what I like to do when we start building from the back. I like to see him between the 2 center backs. Lodi, that's supposedly what a halfback's supposed to do. So that's what I'm looking for from the position. I have a corner here, another corner in about the 50th minute, looking for Felipe, and it's another header onto Dembele, who puts it in the back of the net. That is his hat trick. Dembele taking the spot of Luis Suarez because of his injury, and he gets a hat trick in his second game of the season, a goal in the first and a hat trick in the second. Felipe again heading the ball on, Dembele unmarked at the back post, simple tap in. That one I don't think was going in if Dembele didn't touch it, so he had to get on the end of that, and he did. You always want to have a striker, somebody at least, maybe not your striker, but somebody that can finish the ball, attacking the far post, because there's so many opportunities you would miss if you didn't have that, because there's so many headed-on chances like that. You usually don't get a whole lot of them a season. Obviously, getting 2 in one game is kind of an outlier, but you could easily get 5-6 goals a season because of headed-on shot chances like that. So definitely always have a man attacking the far post. I think definitely it's still the tactic to look for the near post for crosses or from corners. As Santimina's going to go just wide with that shot. Good chance for them. Their best chance of the game, probably. The best we've seen, at least. Koke's got a bruised knee, but he should be fine. Saul's having a little bit better of a game, 6.9. No one's playing poorly. Lodi is the worst performer on 6.6. Which is a little bit disappointing because Hermoso was on a 6.6 last match, so I was hoping a little bit better from Lodi this game. But it looks like we might not have any in-form left backs. And our third left back is that one center back that we just brought in, so I don't really want to have to play him if we can keep from it. He's definitely not going to start over these either two guys. They're going to have a chance to counterattack here. Santi Mina, but he's got a lot of men in defense. Getting a lot of men back too. Mandy with a good tackle. He's going to fall to Bryce Mendez. Into Santi Mina. Looking to put a ball in. Gets the ball in, but it's right to Oblak. Oblak hasn't had much to do this game, but I'm happy with this performance, I guess. I mean, he's stopped every chance he's needed to. Good job there catching that ball. Lodi's going to look to attack down this left-hand side. He's trying to keep a hold of it. He does get by his defender as well. Going to put a ball out to Saul. I like these Segunda Volantes getting wide. We need a little bit more width from this tactic as that ball is put into a dangerous area. But they're able to clear it. Angel Correa was offside, though, so it wouldn't have counted. But that is a dangerous ball in. I like that. I really like our Segunda Volantes getting wide. Just give us a little bit more width. Koke is tired. I'll take him off. We're 3-0 up. We should be able to see this game out. Bring in Marcos Llorente. Actually, is he match sharp already? Looking to get players match sharp that aren't already. Llorente and Herrera are match sharp, so I'll give Herrera the run out. Get him as match sharp as I can. I want to keep everyone that's on the bench or starting match sharp if I can. Obviously, it's a lot to do because you can only make 5 subs a game. So we nearly score another goal, but it gets cleared off the line. So I'll try to keep as many fit as possible. Obviously, having 2 players fit at center mid is probably enough just because you always have a good option. Rarely are you going to be replacing every single one of your center midfielders in a game. So having 2 that are fit, ready to come in is good enough, but we might as well give Torreira the game time. The game doesn't mean anything. If we were still in with a chance of losing, I'd bring in Marcos Llorente, but I don't think that's going to be a threat. I think we've got this game won. I think Celta Vigo have started this season terribly, and that's good for us, I guess. So, about time to make another couple subs. I don't know who I'm going to need to take off. I might take off Dembele, just give him kind of a, just because he's had such a good game. I don't want him to get injured. I don't have any other depth at striker right now while Luis Suarez is injured. So I'm going to bring João Felix up to striker. And I'm going to bring in Thomas Lemar. And I'll take off Kondogbia for Llorente, I guess. Everyone else is match sharp except for the Carrasco. And is Lemar match sharp? Actually, Lemar is match sharp. So let's not take him on. Let's bring on Yannick Carrasco. Get him match sharp. Bring on Llorente for Kondogbia. Based on the stars, Llorente is a better player at halfback than Kondogbia, but just looking at his attributes, I prefer Kondogbia. I think his attributes are better. They're more suited for... he's a really good Segunda Volante, too, saying that. He's got really good ability in front of goal, so he's going to be a pretty solid Segunda Volante, but just his physical ability and his defensive ability, I like to have at that halfback role. How many subs do we have left? We've made 3 subs so far, so 2 subs left. Take off Jimenez. He's one of our best center backs. Don't want him to get injured. Bring in Savic. And for my last sub, who's our most important player left? I might be making a sub to all of our central midfielders. I just said I don't plan on doing it very often, but actually, Issa Mandy is going to come off. I don't want him to get injured. I don't want to have to rely on Ricard Sanchez. Every other position, I'd be okay with their backup playing, but I don't really want Ricard Sanchez to play if I can keep from it. So I'll take Mandy off, and we'll see this game out. They have a free kick, and it's going to go close. A nice chance by Bryce Mendez. I'm going to praise the team. They've been fantastic today. 19 shots, 10 on target, 4 XG. They deserve 4 goals. We got 3 goals, a hat trick from what's his name? Dembele. I couldn't think of his name. I'm blank for a second. A hat trick from Dembele, and we still deserved another goal. 4 XG is quite a bit. Rarely do you see XG that high. Usually if you get 3 or 4 goals, you still only have 2 XG. But to have 4 XG from the game, it's pretty impressive. 11 or so corners. Just peppered their goal. Ruben Blanco's going to get to that. Even though he's been we probably do deserve more than 3 goals because Ruben Blanco has been absolutely out of his mind. He's had a ridiculous performance and he's still allowed 3 goals. So he probably should get at least 1 or 2 more. Probably deserve at least 1 or 2 more. He's saved probably two what should have been goals just because of how good he's been. So What did he get on the game? Because he deserves a good rating. He got a 6.9. He doesn't deserve to be, knocked down for allowing 3 goals because he played amazingly. He was the best player on their pitch, I would say. Minez with the best rating. Malo with a 7.0, but I feel like Blanco was the best player. Aspas with a 6. Wow. That's not good. He should be their best player, but really poor performance from him. A really good performance from us. Most of all of our players played well. Players who took off. Dembele on an 8.8. Man of the match. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. I was only okay with the game last game. I'm very happy with that. Musa Dembele's strike gave you an early lead there. Did you feel it would be a good day for your side when you saw that one go in? It's always good to get an early goal. It settles the team down and allows them to play the game on their own terms. We go top of the table, but a lot of teams have yet to play. Real Madrid have only played once. Valencia, Sevilla, Sociedad. I guess only 4 teams, so 2 games left. So this is a pretty legitimate top of the table. I think Real Madrid will probably win their game in hand. And so will Valencia. So, I mean, unless they're playing Sevilla, Sevilla could easily beat. One of those teams is facing Sevilla. So, we'll probably still be top 3 by the time everyone else plays. But obviously, I don't know how we have the lead over Villarreal, because what's the difference after goal difference? We don't have any head-to-head, so I don't know what puts us ahead over Villarreal. Maybe goals 4? But we have the same goal difference. So, if anything, they would have more goals for, because we did not allow a goal yet. I don't know. But 2 clean sheets as well on the day. That's pretty good performance. Dembele was absolutely fantastic in front of goal. And that's going to be the end of the episode. So, 4 goals scored, none conceded in our first 2 games. Great start to the season so far. In terms of when we'll be back, I think we'll come back for Valencia, Real Madrid. Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't think we need to show Athletic Club. We might show them in the second half of the season, but Batista and the Athletic Club are just too close. Like, we only had 1 game in between. I want to advance a little bit further than that. So I'll see you next time for Valencia and Real Madrid in La Liga. I think we should be getting we have European football, right? Are we in we're in the Champions League. So Champions League football group stage should be coming up sometime soon too, but I don't know exactly when it comes in. We'll plan on Valencia, Real Madrid. If I want to do some European football, I might show that, but we'll see. It's all up to my discretion, obviously, but no guarantees about when we'll be back, but hopefully you'll be back with me then. If you've made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.